And then releasing the upright posture and beginning to make circles over your hips. You decide how big those circles should be. And reverse. And then come to stillness. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, arms float down. And again up. Exhale down. One more time up. Reach up as high as you can, and on the exhale, come down to one side. Drop onto the forearm. Try and keep both hip bones on the floor. Gaze down, gaze forward, gaze up. Notice how your neck is feeling when you do that. And on your next exhale, push up and come over to the other side. Gaze down, gaze straight ahead, and then gaze up. Your exhale, rise up. Lift the shoulders up toward the ears, and on the exhale, sigh it out. Inhale up. Exhale, let go. One more, inhale up. Exhale, let it all out. Good. Roll the shoulders now up and back. Paying attention to any information you're getting from your shoulders, your neck, and reverse. And now bring the chin to the chest. And then slowly gaze up. Do that 2 more times. Bring the chin down. When you're ready, gaze up. And one more time. Looking forward. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. And then gaze over to your left. Notice how far you can go. Before you meet some resistance. Straight ahead. So the other side. Again, noticing the range here before you meet resistance. Bring it back. Straight ahead. Circle the nose. So pretend you're drawing circles with your nose one way. And then reverse. Bring it back to center. And then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, really release the right shoulder down toward the floor. Bring your left hand to your ear, and very gently, press the hand to the ear and press the ear back to the hand. So there's some gentle resistance here. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release and see if it doesn't go a little bit farther down toward the shoulder. And release it back up. Take it the other way. Left shoulder relaxing down. Gravity providing a little stretch. Then bring your right hand to the ear. And apply a little pressure both ways. Hand into the head back into the hand. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Release. And let that neck melt down toward the shoulder a little more. And then release. Come back upright. And move your neck any way that feels good. Checking it out. Checking out the motion and sensation. That and taking a twist, hand to the opposite knee. Other hand comes behind the body. Inhale. Lengthen up. Right up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, feel the twist start at the base of the spine and make its way up. Hip, waist, ribs, shoulder, neck, and head. Remember, strong back, soft front. And release. Get the other way. Inhale, lengthen up. Reach the crown up. Exhale. Begin that twist at the base of the spine. Let it make its way up. Ribs, shoulders, neck, and head. And release. Legs stretch out in front. About your knees. Point and flex. Noticing the sensations there in the feet, the ankles, calves. Bring the feet a little wider apart and circle the ankles. And reverse. And toes out and in. Let's bring the feet in, bring the soles of the feet together. Lengthen the spine up. Exhaling, let the knees soften down. Strong back, soft front. Let's release the legs out to the side. Feet. Lengthen up through the spine, crown reaching up. Take a big breath in, and on the exhale, start to walk your hands forward. Pausing when you come to the edge of your stretch. Tuning into your breath. Walking the hands back up. Bending the knees, bringing the feet flat, and making your way into your squat, whatever that may look like. Your squat can be up here like this. You're having knee pain. Let's be a little lower. Just find your expression of that today. And move a little bit in a way that is freeing to the hips, to the glutes. Take a big breath in, and on the exhale, start to lift the hips up high. Heel toe the feet a little closer together so they're hip width. And let the head and the neck come forward and down into Uttanasana, forward, standing forward, then. Sway a little bit, side to side, ragdoll. You can take hold of the opposite elbow with the hand and sway. Yeah, release the elbows, place your left hand in front, let the right arm float up high. Circle the wrist and reverse. And bring that hand to the floor, send the left arm up, circle the wrist, and reverse. And let that hand lower down. Inhale, bring the hands to the chin, flat back, press the crown forward. And exhaling, lower the hands back down, bend the knees. Inhale, fire up your core and start to bring yourself upright. Bring the arms up overhead. Reach them high. Good, and stretch on the diagonal, side to side. And now helicopter. And that, go down. We come back, hips width apart. And we'll do our lateral flexion with Monkey Hara, exhaling with a ha breath. Take a breath in. Exhaling. Feeling the activation of your solar plexus, that third chakra waking up. As you draw the navel in toward the spine. With each exhale. Good, and release. For a moment, check in, see how everything feels. And then take off the sleep. Any sleepiness that's left in the body, so just take that off, waking things up. And something. And we pop it up and down. You turn if you want. Center. Mountain prep. Check down, make sure your feet are parallel, and then rock a little forward and back and find your center of gravity over the balls of the toes, big toe, little toe balls, and the heels. Two back corners of each heel. And then start to bring a squeeze up the legs, lower legs, thighs, buttocks, gentle squeeze, gentle lifting of the pelvic floor, gentle squeeze of the lower abs in toward the spine. And inhale the arms up overhead. Bring your awareness fully to your breath. Strong back, soft front. Breathing in, taking in the earth's energy from the very center, the core of the earth, up through the feet, into the heart. And exhaling, sending that energy up through the crown of the head and through the fingertips to the sky, to the universe beyond. And then inhaling universal energy from above into the heart, and then letting that flow back down through the body, through the feet, into the earth, all the way to the center. Grounding yourself to earth, connecting yourself to sky and beyond. Relax your rib cage with the breath. Feel the strength of your body in this pose, standing like a mountain. And then take your left wrist with your right hand. Take a breath in. Exhale. Bend right. See if you can gaze upward. That makes you dizzy or is uncomfortable for your neck. Just gaze ahead or gaze down. Notice how the breath feels in this pose. Where do you feel it the most? On the exhale, rise up. Inhale. Take a breath. Exhale. Take it to the other way. Stay with your breath. Relax your gaze. Maybe bring it up if that works for your neck. On the exhale, rise up. Release the hands up. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, let the arms come down, shoulder height, palms up. Turn the palms to face down, lower the rest of the way. Good, and now take a pause to noticing your state of your energy, the state of your thoughts and emotions. And feel free to move, stretch, bend any way that feels good, releasing any tension. Check in with the alignment of your feet again, coming back into mountain prep, or maybe even a little wider, preparing for Utkatak, strong pose, chair pose. Inhale the arms straight out in front. Exhaling, pretend you're sitting back, with a little reach to reach a chair that's a little too far behind you, bringing the weight into the heels. You can lift your toes, and then your gaze soft down in front of you. Smooth, easy breath. Try and relax your shoulders down a little bit. Shoulder blades relax on the back. Take a break anytime you need to. Standing up from the pose and coming back in as you're ready. don't have any shoulder issues or pathologies, you can maybe float your arms up a little higher towards your ears for more of a challenge, but this is totally optional. Exhaling, if your arms are up high, bring them back down to shoulder height and shift your weight onto the balls of the toes for some balance work here. Lifting the heels, feeling your body wiggle, finding its balance. Soften your gaze, move your breath. Feel the sensation. And on your next exhalation, heels down, stand up, and then lower the arms. Close your eyes, take a pause here. Feel the energy moving. All that energy you created moving through all of those muscles just worked. Blood delivering fresh oxygen to those muscles. Again, feel free to move and stretch. Preparing for tree pose, Shavasana. Onto the left leg. And find your tree pose. Maybe kickstand with the heel on the above the ankle, or bring the sole of the foot both beneath the knee to the inner calf, or maybe above the knee. Any position is fine. Find your tree. If you're balancing with your foot high, you may like to press gently foot into leg and leg into foot, and then bring the palms together to the heart. Set your gaze in front of you to help you balance. And then bring your attention to the breath, smooth and easy. The strong back and soft front. Feeling the softness of the breath, the flow of the breath. Relax your gaze. Feel any little movements. Check in with your overall state. And bring arms up high if you like. Exhaling, bringing the arms back down and the foot back down. Take a moment here to pause and feel the difference in energy on one side of the body versus the other. Notice that subtle difference. And then come into your tree on the other side. You may want to try pressing the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. There's very gently. Set your gaze. Palms together, maybe hands rise up. Feel your breath, sense your breath. In and out. Keep your gaze soft. Find something you can relax into, finding steadiness and ease in the pose. When you feel ready on an exhale, you can bring the arms down and then lower the foot. Good, and pause. Feel free to move or stretch. And then bring the feet wide apart. Prepare for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Point the right toes to the right side of the mat, left toes in at an angle. And then inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Exhaling, the left hip presses back toward the back of the room and stretch your right arm forward. Pivot the arms. And bring that top shoulder a little bit backwards towards the wall behind you to open up the front of the body. A tiny little bend in your front knee so you're not locking that knee and putting too much pressure on it. It's always an option to have a block too under your hand. Bring the floor up to you. Let's bring the attention to the fourth chakra, center of the heart, center of the chest. The color is green for this chakra, and the bead mantra sound is yum. So bring energy into the chakra by just listening or joining in chanting the sound yum. Yum, yum, yum. Optional Kapalabhati breaths here, move energy. And to come out, start to bend the front knee a little more deeply. And on an exhale, rise up. Point all the toes forward. Release your arms. If you have a block, you may want to put it in front of you. Bring the hands to the hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Your heart open. Come forward in between the legs. Bring the hands to the floor. And let the neck and the head relax down. You can heel toe the feet a little wider apart if you like. Bring the head to the block. The hands. Press through the outer edges of your feet. See how that feels. Soften your breath. Exhale, maybe bring your feet a little closer together. Bend your knees and slowly curl yourself up. Pointing left toes to the left side. Trikonasana on the other side. Right toes in at an angle. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Exhaling, let the back hip press toward the wall behind you and reach forward with your front fingertips. And then pivot the arms into your triangle pose. Gently release the top shoulder back toward the wall behind you to open the heart, open the ribs, Strong back, soft front. Bring your attention to your throat chakra. To that. The color is light blue, and the Bij mantra sound is hum. Bring energy there by chanting or listening to the vibration of the chant. Hum, hum, hum. Optional Kapalabhati. Taking care not to lock the front knee, keeping a little bit of a micro bend there. And exhaling, bending the front knee, firing up the core to come up to stand. 5-pointed stars. Release the arms, check them out. Move, stretch any way that feels good. Releasing tension. I'm taking a block. If you don't have a block, doesn't have a block. Yeah, let's take a block. Anybody else? Yes. Grab one from somebody who can yeah, more out of yeah. No? Yeah. Raise your hand if you still don't have one. Okay, good. There's that one. So we're going to practice Ardha Chandrasana. So it's almost crucial that you have a block for this, right? This is the one where plant your hand on the block. People don't usually have arms long enough to reach down to the floor. So the hand comes on the block, the other hand comes on the hip, and we rise up like that. So I'll take you through it one step at a time. Place your block down on the right side, like in front of your right foot. Big breath in. Exhale. Hinge forward. Stretch your hand down to the block on the right side. You can move the block to be a reasonable distance from you, in front of the right foot, or maybe to the outside of the front foot. Bring the left hand to the hip. Start to shift your weight onto the right foot and lift the left leg off the floor. Straighten it behind you, pressing the heel behind you and away. And you can play here. You can start to open the hip up, bringing that leg a little higher, or you can just stay here. And maybe float the hand up in the air. Bringing your awareness to the breath. Relaxing the gaze. Relax the jaw. And feel the strength of the standing leg. And maybe challenge your balance with the gaze. You can gaze down. Gaze out in front. Or gaze up at the hand that's up in the air. Flexing the floating foot. And breathing. You release, bring the hand back to the hip and look up to the floor. Lean forward bend for just a moment. Take a breath. And exhale, bend the knees and slowly rise up. Close your eyes, check in, compare size of the body. Probably feeling a lot of activity in the right side. And then go ahead and move the block over to the other side. Shift the weight onto your, well, don't sit yet. Start to bend forward, shift the weight onto the left foot, then reach the hand to the block and send the right leg out behind you. Flex the foot, press the heel behind you, press it toward the back wall behind you, and then maybe float the right hand up high. And then play with your gaze. Gaze down, gaze up to the side or gaze up. Goal is to open the body like a star, shining all the points. Exhaling, lower the hands to the hip, lower the foot to the floor. Bring both fingers, set the fingertips to the floor, tent the hands. Take a little forward bend here, relaxing forward. You can bend your knees a bit, rest your torso on your thighs. Breathe in. Close your eyes, feel the effect of your practice so far. Physical effects, mental and emotional effects, overall energetic effects of the poses. And we'll come on down to the floor. Hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Move through some cat-cow. Taking a breath in, arch the back like a cat. Bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, drop the belly down, tailbone and gaze go up. And move at your own pace, back to cat. Move with your breath. Exhaling to cat, inhaling to cow. And then coming back to table, neutral spine. Stretch your left leg up behind you, toe to the floor, and then stretch your right arm out in front. Steady yourself here. If you find your steadiness, lift the foot off the floor a few inches, flex the foot, and hold it as still and steady as you can, just moving to breathe. If you would like more of a challenge, you can bring the knee and elbow together on the exhale, and then inhale, straighten back out. Do a few rounds of that. The goal of not moving the pelvis, keeping the pelvis steady, still as you can. And then releasing the hand and the knee down. Take breath, rest here. And straighten the right leg out behind you. Left arm reaches out in front. Keep your head and neck neutral so you're not straining your neck. And when you're ready, lift the foot off the floor. Find your steadiness. If this is challenging, you can set the toe back down on the floor, the big toe, and find your steadiness there. Optional, bring the elbow and knee together. Take a rest, come out of the pose. Exhaling as you bring the knee and elbow together. Inhaling as you lengthen. Moving slowly, control. And then releasing the hand and the knee to the floor. Bring the big toes together. Separate the knees wide and then sit back on your heels with child pose. Release the shoulders. Release the back. Let the shoulder blades soften down. Let the ribs soften down. Let the hips and the pelvis completely relax. Low back is wide. We're finding your way up to today. Krishnasana. Side plank variation. You may want to double up your mat for a little extra cushioning your arms. Come onto your forearms. Knees are bent and they're stacked. Bring the hand to the hips. So start out of phase one, and then you'll have an option of going farther, but you certainly don't have to. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees down, hips up. Lift the hips just a couple of inches off the floor. Bringing your weight mostly into the elbow and the forearm, the muscle, the big muscle in your forearm. Let that take most of the weight. You can float your hand up like this. Take rest as you need to. The higher you lift your hips, the harder you're working your core. Now the next option is to straighten the legs and lift the knees off the floor. Totally optional. Listen to your breath. Relax your jaw. And lower down. Release, good work. We'll come over to the other side. Knees are stacked, feet are stacked. Your elbow is under your shoulder. Hand comes to the hip. Take a breath. Exhaling, lift the hips up. Bring your awareness to your breath. And optional, straighten the legs, lift knees off the floor, and reach the arm up high. Exhaling, lower back down. One foot back. Take a pause here. Feel the energy moving in the body. And bring the palms down underneath the buttocks on either side. So your arms are straight, your legs are straight, palms down. Hands, maybe half of your hands or all of your hands are underneath your buttocks. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press down through your elbows and lift your heart up. Arching your back, lift the top of your torso off the floor and then set it back down. Either the back of your head or closer to the crown of your head, depending on your flexibility. Let's point the toes. So pointing is a combination of pointing and flexing. Your toes are flexed, but your arch is pointing. If this is uncomfortable for your neck, definitely lower down to the back of your head or otherwise straighten your neck more so you're not hyperextending. Open the heart. Fill the heart and chest with your breath. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Feel the sensation. Bring your attention to your sternum, that bone that connects the rib cages on either side. Bring your attention there where the thymus gland is, part of the immune system. I want to bring energy there and boost the immune system in this pose. And on your next exhalation, begin to release the head and the neck down, release your arms out, palms come up. And bend the knees. And there are straps. If you want to borrow a strap up on the stage, we're going to do a little stretch here. Wrapping the strap around the right leg, bring the right foot up high to the sky. Your left knee is still bent. Yeah, come grab a strap if you need one. Flex the foot. And straighten the left leg down to the floor. Just coming to the edge of the stretch. Not forcing. Gently coaxing. And then let the leg stretch out to the side, the right side, keeping the foot, both feet flexed. You can bring your left hand to your left hip. On your next exhale, lift the leg up, over, and across to the other side. Changing hands to the strap. Stretch your right arm out to the right side and gaze at it. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, press the leg back overhead and remove the strap. And bring it around the left foot. Straighten the right leg down. Flex both feet. Bring the leg in toward you. So you feel a gentle stretch in the back of the leg. And then allow the left leg to stretch out to the left side. Right hand comes to the right hip. Keeping both feet flexed. Try and completely relax the left hip. Let the strap do all of the holding. Release the glute, the gluteus muscles, release the leg muscles. On your next exhale, lift the leg back overhead and cross it over to the other side. Change hands on the strap. And stretch your left arm out to the left side, palm up, and gaze at it. And on your exhale, bring the leg back up over the center, remove the strap, and find your block. A quick inversion. Bending the knees, feet flat, lift the hips and place the block under your sacrum. And let the legs float up. Point and flex. Lift the ankles. And then let the legs and the feet be still. Allow your brain and your brainstem to soften. Soften the spinal cord down through the neck, past the shoulders, past the heart and lungs, down to the stomach and spleen and intestines, liver, kidneys, and down, peripheral nerves branch off down through the legs, all the way to the toes, relaxing all of the nerves, relaxing the nerves that branch off the shoulders, down the arms, all the way to the fingertips, softening and releasing. Bending the knees, bringing the feet to the floor. Remove the block. And make your way to Shavasana. Keep relaxing. You may want a blanket or sock. Your body temperature will drop. Keep yourself in a comfortable lie now. Now just allowing yourself to soften into the floor, allowing your muscles to soften and release the bones and the joints. Allowing for release, integration of your yoga practice this morning, mind, body, and spirit. Breath, bring your awareness to the body, the space around you, the room. If you like, you can take a full body stretch with your arms overhead. Stretch fingers away from toes. Take your way onto your side. The pillow with your hands. Rest there a moment as you transition to sitting posture, maintaining your quality of relaxation. Close our yoga practice this morning with a sound meditation on the singing bowl. Following the sound from the start to the very end, bringing your attention back to the sound as it wanders. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Pray for peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me for yoga. Thank you for your practice. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome. Bye, Laura.
Bye.
You're welcome.